Welcome to Hashtag with Navguzi Chwanuka. This is a place where we help you unravel social constructs, discuss self-development in line with mental health, emotional well-being, and everything in between that directly or indirectly affects us in the millennial world around us. If you're hearing my voice for the first time and are the kind of person who is not scared of being a better version of yourself even if it requires you to contradict who you were 24 hours ago, consider this your virtual home. I'm your host, Navguzi Chwanuka, and I cannot wait to engage with you in the various conversations.
I think one of the most avoided questions, oh my God, English can be hard sometimes. But I think one of the most avoided questions by parents is the one on who their favorite child is. Now, when it comes to me as a podcaster, the area that I do not want to be found in is where I am being asked what my favorite episode is. I do not want to find myself in a position where a guest decide eyeing me like, so you didn't like my conversation with you. But this specific episode really brought out memories of me being punished every day and every night for talking in class or at the assembly or in the dormitories. I just loved the conversation. And for the moments that you hear me laughing out like a mad woman, please blame it on this guest. Clare Asiimwe is the person who has brought out that kind of laughter. I'm supposed to be professional, but things went out of hand. I enjoyed the conversation. It has... my goodness, there are some jaw-dropping revelations in this conversation. And yeah, I don't need to say much. Let's get into the conversation. Clare Asiimwe, welcome to Hashtag with Navguzi Chwanuka.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I am glad. Like, how do I get this chick on there? Can I try her one time?
Wow.
So welcome to the podcast. It is such an honor to have you around. For anyone, this is something, and I feel like I'm overusing that word. I need to find a new statement. I need to stop saying for anyone. But please introduce yourself so that we have an idea of who the person is behind the microphone, and then we dive into the bigger conversation.
Okay. I'm actually really excited and not as terrified as I was before to be here. My name is Clare Asiimwe. Mm-hmm. I am the creative director, Sobantu. I am the creative director, the tailor, the fashion designer, sales, marketing, all that.
The janitor.
Everything you think
Askari.
of. Everything. I am that. But yeah.
You're moving Sobantu.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And what else would you like to know?
What else would we like to know? I think that's pretty much of it. How do you get to Sobantu? And before we get there, you've mentioned the part of being terrified, and it's something that you brought up a lot. Why? Why are you terrified?
Not recently, but I finally figured out that I'm an introvert. I'm very introverted. I didn't know what it was. I thought I was just, okay, I'm shy. I'm quite shy. And these conversations, interviews and everything really terrify me. So yeah, I was worried this was going to be one of those where I have to, I don't know, gear up and count down and then brave it up. Yeah. But it's still a bit peaceful. It's more peaceful than I expected. And I'm excited. The bit that really settled me was I love talking about fashion and Sobantu and and women. I love talking about that. Yeah.
We're here for it.
Yeah.
So Sobantu is here. How and where does the story begin?
Sobantu, it's so long.
How long back?
So Sobantu itself started in 2014. Though it wasn't Sobantu, it didn't even have a name. But that's when I started making little things to sell. Mm-hmm. But before that, like way back, as a child, I used to make clothes for dolls and for myself. And
And for yourself?
yeah.
Clothes for yourself?
Yeah.
To wear?
Yeah. Of course, they were horrible, but
At what age?
the memory I have is, I think, P6. P6.
You were making dresses for yourselves?
What I remember is a skirt, a very terrible skirt, but I'm so proud of it. But yeah, I was making little, because now my mom has used to sew. So she taught me.
Mm-hmm.
She taught me, but I don't know. I don't know if it was denial, because we have this thing growing up. You're supposed to be a doctor, a banker, whatnot. Yep. So this sewing was for fun. So yeah, childhood, I used to make clothes for my dolls. And I remember a friend's mom saying, "Hey, oh no man, oh
yeah,
she's very good." And for me, it was, I don't know, it was just a pastime.
Right.
So I was sewing little things, and then for myself, and of course there was my mom always pushing, Claire, Olympic 7 vac, you should learn how to sew, because there were sewing machines at home. But I would,
not just one.
Yeah, there were sewing machines at home.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I would tell her, because I don't know, I think I was scared. I'll tell her, Nze, sitongira kuchalani. Nze, I don't use scissors. Me, I do not measure. Me, like every time she gets a chance to remind me, you don't measure, you don't. So yeah, there is a lot of that backstory.
Yeah.
But I think that's how we started up. There is a lot of passion, and then there is that whole, it has always been there, and a lot of me denying it, because, hey, I'm supposed to be a veterinary doctor, I'm supposed to be a banker, I'm supposed to be all these things, and this sewing thing wasn't even a thing at all. So
was Mama Taylor?
No, but she knows how to do it.
And she had more than one machine? Were they hers?
Yeah, but plus my dad, they all know. Yeah.
Oh.
They all know. So like my first times sitting on a machine, well, it was a lot of my mom, like around P7, but also my dad, like he would see her trying to show me stuff to do, and he would come in. So you'd be getting information from, and because I am me, I would tell them, no, me, I don't do this. Me, I don't do
Opposing two people at the same time?
Yeah. Like they tell Claire, when you sew, you have to iron. No, me, I don't iron. Claire, you can use the machine. No, me, I don't do
You're different.
So yeah, but there is that, like in the early years, there's a lot of that, hand stitching, hand sewing. And I think recently when you told me I had to tell my story, I remembered something.
What is that?
I hadn't thought about it in a long time. So in high school, I think around senior 3, I noticed girls would wear vests in their shirts. And I was one of those people who didn't, come into my until later on, but I really wanted to wear those things. I didn't want to tell my mom because I was shy. So I started, because there's a lot of fabric, random fabric at home. I would cut and make something like bob tubes, hand stitch them, and wear them under my shirt.
Wow.
But I would be so scared for anyone to see them in the dormitory. So I would wait for everyone to go away and then sneak it on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that for the longest time. I just remembered, I was like, oh my God.
That's a long time.
Yeah. But there is that. But starting to make sales and trying to make money from this was after MOOC. And I was now at MAT taking a business course, and it was so hands-on. And basically they were telling us you as yourself, you don't really have to look out for employment. You can be that for you. And because I was already doing a lot of these things for fun, and I knew about Pinterest for some reason. I don't know how I ended up there, but I knew about it. I just randomly started collecting.
And you already knew that people pick ideas from there?
I do.
Someone just told me about Pinterest and was like, why you just looking at pictures? And then they told me, baby girl, this is where inspiration is from. I was like, okay.
Like, I don't know. I honestly do not know how I ended up on Pinterest. I can't say, I don't remember. But one day I am there and I'm making bows. Because I was looking at Pinterest, there are all these tutorials. I'm making bows. And I think the reason I settled for bows, it was hand stitching. I didn't have to sit on a machine. I still opposed to that. I didn't have to sit on a machine. And this is 2014 after more kind of mat and I need upkeep. Of course, they were giving me pocket money from rather, it would be upkeep. When you're at campus, it's upkeep. Just a pocket money. So yeah, like
Nice.
I need transport, but then I need lunch. I need to buy the fancy, yummy things at the canteen and, so they would give me transport and maybe lunch money or something, but you need extra because you're a girl and you like nice things. So I started making those little things, hair accessories, bows. I remember some of my first bows, when I see them right now, I want to run away.
It's just like my first episode, man.
As well.
Someone sent me a message like, I've listened to the first episode. Why would you do that? Why would you listen to the first episode? Oh my God. So I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But it's the best that you could do at the time. Yeah. And I'm sure you were proud of it.
So much. I can't believe, I always think, I did that. And sold it. Someone was happy to wear it.
I'm sorry I did.
Can I refund?
I know.
But yeah, I was at Mat. I was making these bows. At first, I was selling to my friends, my family. I remember I was selling at 1.5, 2.5. And of course, people would bargain. Yes.
Surely.
So I would sell 1K. And then I have this friend. She's called Stella. She's very, what should I say?
Extroverted?
Yes. And I was shy, so I couldn't sell the things myself. So I would carry a paper bag, a brown paper bag, to the reading room. While people are reading, Stella is like, Letanze Mbutembe. She would go, because Stella literally knew everyone. So she would go, my friend makes this. My friend makes this. So,
yeah.
So she would get me little orders. And I think some of my first known friends, clients were because of her. And yeah, we graduated from bows to bangles, ear stuff. But I've just remembered that the reason I went into the whole buying and rather selling and buying was still Stella, because she took me to Majestic Plaza to buy a glue gun. She's the first person who told me about a glue gun, because I had been saving. I was trying to think of what to do. And she took me to Majestic Plaza and showed me where to buy a glue gun. I think I bought a glue gun. It was like 18K. That's a lot of money.
How did she know all these things? Was she in the industry already?
She was making bracelets, beaded bracelets. So she took me where these things are sold. And first, I don't know why a glue gun excited me, but I bought a glue gun.
It's exciting. I was doing jewelry at some point. So I bought those things and I felt accomplished. Very, very accomplished.
Nice.
Very accomplished.
Yeah, so my first asset was a glue gun.
Oh, asset. Okay.
It was a glue gun and imagine, I had 60,000 saved up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
From the sales?
No. To start the business.
Hey, go on. You see, I have these people, some people exaggerate their beginner stories. Like I started with one chick.
Oh!
I started with one chick. Now I have 2 farms. And I think the debate around these stories is, you don't go from one chick to 2 farms. Can you actually take us through the process? Because at some point I was defending them and I was like, bro, when I was starting my business, my jewelry business at campus, actually I started in my S6 vacation. I invested 2,000 to buy the beads. And I got 20,000 and I bought more. And they're like, you see, you're giving us the process. There is 2,000, 20, and then you keep growing and growing.
Yeah.
So take us to your 60,000 savings that you invested. So there is 18,000 off.
Yeah.
With a gun. You have 42 left.
Glue gun, and then buttons. I don't know. Actually, even up to now, I really love buttons.
Yeah.
So I bought a bunch of buttons, beads. They were like 2K. And I was, oh my God.
Exactly. There's so much.
Oh my God. So I bought a bunch of things. I probably even bought things I didn't need, but I was so excited to see this place. So I bought beads, those strings.
The nylon strings.
Yeah. A bunch of things. What are they called? Earring backs and those little things to attach to earrings.
Yeah.
I bought very many little things. And then I discovered, I think, clasps. Whatever I put to the bows to hold onto the hair. Mm-hmm. I discovered the sauce. Like I bought, and there were 2K.
Exactly.
So, oh my God.
A whole packet, not just even one thing.
Yeah, a whole packet. And it has like 6.
Exactly.
And there were different kinds. And then, yeah, so
it was a jackpot for you.
yeah, I buy that and I'm with Stella and we are so happy. We walk to the taxis. walk to the taxis, walk to the park. She goes home. I go home and I'm so excited about what I'm going to create because, oh my God, this is growth. Because before I was making them and I did not know how do I attach them? How do I? So yeah, I did that whole, I go home, I figure out how to use the glue gun. Oh yeah, I forgot. The other thing I bought were the glue sticks.
Yeah.
So I go back and I figure out how to attach that and everything. And the selling starts. My mother, of course, started with my mom. I show her. The bit I forgot to mention, the bows, the fabric I was using. There used to be a lot of fabric at home when I was younger, but now it had gotten old and it was horrible. But now my mom used to do this thing where whenever she would be coming from work, she would go through Nakawa Market. She had these tailors who used to make for her gomeses and what. And she would go and sit and talk to them and collect fabric scraps for me. Yeah.
Oh my God. So, shout out to mom. That is so beautiful.
Yeah. So for the longest time, and some of those ladies used to be so rude to her, but she'd be like, nzengena n'entula, onse njogera n'abantu Clare, ngena n'entula wo. Omukyala namuwa gomesi yange okugitunga. Omwaka oguwedde paka kati tennaggwa.
We also have to talk about that.
So my mom would go and sit to talk to these ladies for like 30 minutes and tell them, so at first, some of them would give them to her for free. And then with time, others started selling them to her like 2K. So I would give her like a 2K and she would pay for them. But oh my God, it was everything. And then of course, okay, I think I've mixed up something, but
no, it's okay.
You get the gist.
It's all part of the story.
Yeah. So I had so many fabric scraps and then I have a glue gun.
Definitely reached.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's all this old random thread lying around, rusted needles. Like, I'm sorted. So yeah, we started the madness and trying to sell these things. And I don't know, it didn't occur to me at any point that I would make clothes. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I've always drawn, but women. I used to sketch women. Like the people who used to sit with me in class from like senior 1, my friends up to now, they still complain because I had drawn in the backs of all my books. So I would draw in my neighbor's book and then the neighbor's book.
No, not neighbors. I didn't do that one.
I used to draw. It's either I would be dozing. Now this is math and physics class. I would either be dozing or drawing. So yeah, I've always sketched those things, but it was never in my head that, hey, I will one day be sewing and doing this seriously. Like that, I remember the time I tried to get into sewing, someone put an ad on Facebook, they need a designer, whatnot. So I was like, if I'm to design, I want to come sketch for you and then you make the things. The guy was like, I already know how to sketch. I need tailors. Can you sew? No.
Let me ask you now. No, I've got 2 questions from this story. The very first one, where you're talking about yourself as someone who was sketching a lot. Do you actually feel like at some point your parents might have seen that and they were pushing you towards something that you love?
My mom.
Your mom, because I'm seeing your dad coming in as well. But then there's me. I don't sew. I don't iron.
Always. Always. Always.
So you've mentioned that for the part of your mom, and we're also seeing her going as far as, getting you the fabric scraps. Did she ever have this conversation with you? This thing of, hey, I'm seeing you doing this. Where do you hope you will go with it?
It was more of, Claire, now that bwobanga oli ku BBA or soma BBA, or now kubanga, when you have an office job, you need something else to go along with it. So you need a side hustle.
Really? So, of course, she didn't use that word though.
Yeah, but she said you need a side business. So
how did she have that in mind?
I don't know, but this is at camp. But she had been pushing me. I mean, I tried to go to a sewing school in senior for vacation, and he won't listen to this. My dad, I was there for 2 weeks. My dad pulled me out. He's like, no, you're not going to do this. You're wasting time. Go to a computer thingy. Go do one of those computer courses. And because the computer course was right there, I was like, no, go to Kenya. Go visit relatives in Kenya. My mom still talks about that. Like my dad pulled me out. He's like, no. These things are for people who have failed in life. So no.
Right.
Yeah, he pulled me out. Yeah, he did that.
I mean, they had the sewing machines and they weren't using them, and they were accomplished.
They rusted, and I didn't. Oh wow! Oh, they're still there. But
makes sense.
Yeah, but my mom, I remember she used to push for it, and even I think as at MOOC doing BBA, and she was like, "Go to YMCA and ask." Mm-hmm. And oh my God, who? Go to YMCA and ask about tailoring? No.
Me from campus?
Me doing BBS? No.
And I go to YMCA? I know.
No. And then now
I'm in support of you, my dear.
Right? And now the wildest thing that I still can't figure out, they used to tell me, Claire, start dropping your applications. Go to Stanbic, go where? This is my dad. Of course, my mom would also push for it. Go drop your applications. I've never, ever.
You didn't?
Ever dropped an application anywhere for a job.
Did you tell them that you were doing it? I'm sorry, mom gave me something and I just folded those documents. Oh my God. We have failed our parents.
I know. But like they'll tell me, Claire, write applications, because I was so good at this writing thing. I was do you write your applications, drop them, start dropping them so that when you leave campus, you have a job. Claire, application was to tell, nas to tell. Yeah. But I've never.
Why? Why weren't you driven to this? Because now we're seeing you don't like the idea. You are not really drawn by the idea of stitching. Did you feel like you were going to tie yourself in a position of making these crafts only?
It wasn't even that, I honestly. Okay, now I know that I was scared. I was scared of dropping my application.
Why? You felt like you wouldn't be called in?
No, Pop. I think,
Imposter syndrome, like you're not good enough?
No. I am dealing with that now. But I was scared, I think. I was scared. I mean, this is me. I am 19. I'm supposed to start going to these big offices to drop these applications to these. Like, it was terrifying. Mm-hmm. And I feel it's possible that I didn't really have the interest in the jobs, but I also, like for campus, I didn't even know I would sew. So I was just going on. I think one of my worst experiences is MOOC. So I was just leaving, just going on. I mean, I spent a whole semester in MOOC, not attending lectures, not partying, just in bed, my laptop. Yeah.
What had happened?
I don't know. Right now that when I think, I'm thinking maybe I was depressed, but I don't know why.
You can't draw back to where it might have started?
Yeah, I don't know why. So I think my whole time in MOOC, I had no direction. I was just there.
Going with the flow.
Yeah. And I think one of the things that actually, like later on when I started the sewing and everything, that one of the things that pushed me was MOOC. For me, MOOC was a total fail. I feel like MOOC was, okay, I felt like it was a total fail because I was used to going through school smoothly.
Yeah.
One of those kids, I show up, I don't try so hard, but I pass. I always pass. I never fail.
Right.
And then MOOC happens and there are all these retakes and
like, what the heck?
It's not working. Why isn't it working? I've always just shown up and everything just works. So yeah, I had that. And I think one of the biggest pushes for me was after MOOC, I felt like I had failed. So joining MAT, I felt
What
like...
is MAT?
MAT is, do I remember it in full? Management Accounting and Training Institute.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think right now it's MAT Abacus.
Okay.
But yeah, I joined it after MOOC because I left MOOC in 2013. I got a small job, gym instructor, but like I had no purpose. I had zero direction.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the gym bit.
Oh yeah.
You have passion for gym?
Yeah. I right now, it's one of the things I love right now, but not the gym, not the lifting. Right now, I'm taking a dance class, a dance fitness class. It's called Corner Dance Workout. And I think it's the best thing that has happened to me this year. But yeah, for like 6 months, I was a gym instructor. And I think for 2013, I think I was lost. And I was young, so I didn't really know what was happening, why I was that way, but I was lost. I took a gym as a gym instructor, and then because I used to write on and off on Facebook had that feature for notes.
It's still there meanwhile, but it's only for computers.
Oh,
yeah, you can only access them via computers.
Yeah, so I used to use that feature a lot. I used to write poetry and post. So 2013, I think I wrote something, and a friend saw it and invited me to the Lantern Meet of Poets.
Yeah.
So I think that's the start of me finding some sort of direction after campus and me.
When you were at campus, what did you think you were going to do? Did you ever think about it?
I figured if you do BBA, you're supposed to get in business, maybe be a banker, maybe. Like I said, I didn't have direction. But like I knew, I would do business, I'll be a banker, I'll do something. But I was not willing to drop applications. I don't know. Maybe it was just an aversion to employment. I don't know.
I was very surprised that someone went through their campus days without knowing what they were going to be. And she also mentioned that she was doing BBA. She's like, with BBA, they say you can't do anything. So I was just there. I was like, bro, you were in campus and you didn't know. Like, yeah. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I was really shocked by that. So when you look at Sobantu, where does the story begin? Because we have seen you going through the phases of creating crafts. You do not touch irons. You don't use machines. Yeah. And yet here you are. So let me tell you how I found you about, how I got to know about you. And I think it should be credit to your marketing strategy. It was through Malaika.
Always.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
I saw Malaika. Should I say she has a good body also? And I think I would also say you know how to dress the body.
And she the marketing, she's really good at.
So I saw that and I was like, who is this person? There was no face. You go to the page, you're only seeing dresses and people dress. Like, who is the person behind this? I don't even remember how I found you.
Well, you remember Malaika, and that's very nice.
Like, the thing is, I knew the brand for a while. And I think I started interacting with it on TikTok. I was like, who is the person behind this thing? Who is this? And for some reason, let me tell you, and I feel guilty for making this confession. I was very sure it's a man behind that brand.
Yeah, many people think
Is it?
Man. Many people think it's a man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not guilty anymore, I think.
I mean, some people meet me and they're like, I've met Sobantu and she is a man. No, I've met Sebantu and she is a man. And it's a man. And I'm thinking, what? And then they've even argued with my friends. I know Sebantu. Sebantu is a man.
Exactly. I was so sure the person behind this has got to be a man. And I think it doesn't even, because I was trying to figure out what validates the best way I could validate my point of understanding at that time. I was like, maybe it's because of the Raskasozis that we have been seeing a lot. And who else? I don't.
Kai is devil. There are so many.
Exactly.
There's so many men. Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, but then we also have the likes of Burial, Asha. But for some reason, I've not been really drawn. I'm sorry. To be honest, when you mentioned that the likes of, I think they've pushed their brands. Yes, Burial Kucha has pushed her brand. Asha Batenga has. Is it Asha Batenga?
Fatuma Asha.
You see myself. You see myself. That is, yeah. So when I saw this, I was very sure. I think part of me was like, this has to be a man. And I'm like, hey. I don't know why I found you. The name. I don't know how maybe I Googled. I don't know how I found you, to be honest. So I was like, it's a woman.
Oh, wow. But it's okay. You are not alone.
I'm happy to hear that.
You're not alone.
Tell us about it.
So, Sobantu. After the buzz and everything, I got serious and started doing, following YouTube tutorials and everything. So I used to say I'm self-taught. I was self-taught for the longest time. Not for the longest time, but at the start. Yeah. YouTube, Pinterest, because I was getting little orders from my friends and I don't know why those people trusted. But they would give me very good fabric and I would cut it following tutorials.
Yeah?
Yes. And I would charge 25, 35. My friends' parents, oh my God. Like, there are people, there are clothes I made that I don't want to associate. But yeah, like.
At the time, it was the bomb.
Yeah.
Fashion changes. So you need to be kind to yourself.
Yeah. So yeah, that's during March 2014, 2015. I am, YouTube tutorials, I'm obsessed. I would try out all kinds of things. Of course, my mom was still collecting for me the fabric scrubs. Wow. Now, I'd also learned about Chiembe and wherever to get the fabrics. Whew. And imagine getting a full chitenge, 6 yards. That was a party. So I was, that was 2015. I was making little things, and then it was for me at the start. It was mostly word of mouth. I make a pretty thing for a friend. She says, "Oh, my friend does this, and she's so cheap."
She's so cheap.
Yeah, at the risk of wasting your fabric, but yeah, she's so cheap.
At the risk of wasting your fabric.
So they would come, like friends and different people. I'm doing all this sewing for 15K, 20K. So later on, I think I got better, but it was all tutorials. I got much better, and then I get more active online because before online was Facebook, Instagram. I wasn't there so much, but then because Facebook, I was obsessed. I would look for designers, Ugandan designers, and I don't know. There's a page, Fresh Peaches. It's a group or a page.
Yes.
Back then.
Yes, I know it.
And then one day I'm idling, going through posts because what else is a millennial supposed to do in the middle of the night? I land on this post. I think it was either 2017. It was Fatuma Asha. She had posted clothes, dresses, because I had this friend who used to tell me, you have to make my wedding gown. And Fatuma Asha had posted a dress. I remember it was chitenge fabric up, and then it was huge satin down. I was like, oh my God. I got obsessed. I started stalking. I was like, oh my God. But there wasn't much stalking I could do because it was mostly Facebook. So I started stalking, and I think I set my goal. I want to do this.
I want to be that good.
Yeah. I mean, she has been a standard for me for the longest time.
That's so beautiful to hear.
Yeah. So I saw her on Fresh Pictures. I started looking for all her work. And I couldn't execute it. I couldn't do it because I was self-taught and I was also shy. So I couldn't really reach out. And then there's a point, there was a time where I used to wish, oh my God, like these big designers back then, Sylvia Worry, I'm like, what would it be like to work with her in her studio? Can I do that thing where people just walk in and drop an application? Remember, that is our biggest fear.
Yeah.
One of those things. Like I used to think about it, but then now I've discovered someone who posts her things on Facebook. So I followed her for a very long time, and I know she didn't know that. She didn't know this, but for the longest time, she inspired me to get better. And then again, I think it was like a year later, I'd graduated math. I was supposed to go to UMI and apply for a postgraduate and everything. This time I went.
You accepted?
I went to UMI. This is early 2018. I go to UMI. I pick up the application forms and everything. It's January. And then, again, late in the night, scouring the internet, now on Instagram, I see Fatuma Asha post about her school. Oh my God, I was complete. I had savings from my business.
Yep.
I was complete. I didn't know whether I could afford the school and everything, but I knew I had to go. Postgraduate, sijui, monitoring and evaluation, project planning, what notes? Because my mom, even up to now, though she does it like not as much, tells me, Claire, I know could I know summer.
Yeah.
She does it.
The parents do it.
Yeah. But then it was serious. Claire, you're done with math. What's next? Because I was still refusing the jobs. Goodness. So yeah, I learn about the school and I note interviews January 16th.
Yeah.
January 16th, I did not tell anybody because my mom knew I was applying for UMI. I marched Salama Road. I go to the school. I find the secretary. I ask her details, whatnot. She's like, you're supposed to do an interview. You're supposed to pay this and this. Because they hadn't posted about the payments and everything. But because, I don't know, I had carried money on me.
Just in case.
For just in case. Yeah.
Wow.
So, I was like, Siva Wano.
I know. That is serious commitment.
So she's like, you're supposed to print out some of your past work. You're supposed to do an interview. You're supposed to pay 70,000 and then 70,000, I think, for the forms. I told her, okay. I went to Chibuye. I printed out colored pictures of some of my work. I came back, sat, paid for the interview, did it.
What?
I was like,
this is it.
Yeah, I am done. This is it. So I do that. I go back home. Hey, Claire, application forms was to tell? Yes. No, they were not specific. They didn't ask, did you take the ones for UMI? I'm like, yes, I did.
Well, you took one for the designing school.
Yeah. So fashion school was starting in Feb, I think. Feb. I join, I go for the orientation, I think. Because I applied as an upgrader. I wanted to skill up. So I applied as an upgrader. It was going to be for 6 months. I learned about the tuition. I'm like, but I was determined. Like, I'm going to do this. I'm not telling anyone because I knew that my parents would not be amused. So I started fashion school. I think for the first semester, my mom got to know because I talked to my mom. I tell her all that nonsense, everything.
Yeah.
So I couldn't shut up. I told her, and oh my God, she was happy, but she was shook. UMI intake was March. Feb, fashion school. She's like, but you're still going for UMI. How are you going? Who is going to pay for fashion school and UMI? Like, me, I was sorted. Who is paying for fashion school? Me. If nobody's helping me out, I'm going. Like, UMI was a no-go. So I didn't even bother asking, like, tuition and everything. I just paid for fashion school from my money and started. And I think from there, it just, like, Like I found my spot. I found my little perfect corner in life. Yeah. Because like I just found my corner. I did fashion school, Fatuma. It's called Tessie Fashion School.
Tessie.
Yeah.
Does she talk about it a lot? I feel like I've never heard of it.
It has a WhatsApp page, I think. No, Instagram
Page.
She used to post about it. She used to post about it. I haven't seen it recently, but they post.
For some reason, there is. I think I sort of categorized those two people in the realm of celebrity status. So I never got to a point where I got inspired to really follow them up. I feel like those people dress these people, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same reason as why I mostly, because Burial really made noise at a certain point.
Yeah.
And then Usher came up at some point, but I didn't know her so much still.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you hear these guys are always making noise. Kai is Divo. This one, guy is Divo. And then, who is that guy again that I mentioned? Raska Sozi.
Uh-huh.
They're having interviews on TV. They're doing this. So they're everywhere. So, much as I also know them, celebrity status, but they're all over the place.
Yeah.
In your face all the time. So it makes sense. Now, when I saw that, and I don't know if, is your kind of thing ruffles?
Yeah.
See that? See that?
It is.
So I started, and I think, okay, for now, I think I've taken long without following up, or maybe because I also feel like I arrived and like I have a person's number. Like the mystery, I think, was very fascinating to a point that I already got a grasp of your kind of designing. I'm like, Sabantu. Yeah, it's the one, you know?
Interesting.
So Fatima's school, Tessie?
Yeah, Tessie Fashion School.
Tessie Fashion School, out of it, and you are ready to make money out of it?
So Tessie was 6 months, but I was working.
On your own orders?
Yes, I went to school and then also work because I was
paying. You needed the school fees?
Yeah, I was paying. And then fashion school is not cheap.
I can't imagine.
Yeah. So I was paying, and then of course also eventually my parents got with the program and started helping me out. I mean, I had this fear, like sewing machines. I still had a thing. There are these big ones, the industry ones. I was so scared of them. And then at Fatuma Asha's school, there were those, and then there were these ones by the roadside, the singers, the ones that. So I was more comfortable using that than the bigger ones.
Why? When you think about it, why were you scared of the industrial ones?
They are scary.
Yeah?
It's like, I mean, before when I was teaching myself how to sew, I sewed through my finger. So that was an ongoing fear. I will sew my finger. Now this one is stronger and heavier. So
it's going to crush my fingers.
Yeah. So because I was really scared of those machines, during exams, I would pack my home machine. It was a table machine. I would pack it, and my dad would drive me to school early in the morning.
Bro.
Yeah. Because it's from Mutungo to Salama Road. Early in the morning, he would drive me with my machine, do exams, and then take it back.
Did they ever have a conversation with you, the school, the people in charge of the school, to understand what the problem might have been?
They just knew. Like, we were 4 in my class. So the other 3 they got comfortable with the machines really fast. But now me, I just, like for the longest time, it was my fear. I'll be thinking, because Fatuma would tell us, you'll get to a point where someone calls you to their home and they have this machine and you have to use it. You have to know how to use all kinds of machines. And me, I was like, there is no way.
Hold on. So I would want to make an order and I'm just telling you to come and sew when I have a machine.
Yeah, so no, like maybe you have to travel. You travel somewhere and someone wants you to make them a dress and they have their machine.
People do that?
like you're in a different country, you didn't carry your stuff.
And they have the
machine.
machines?
They have machines.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, and for the longest time I was thinking, how will I do that? I cannot use that machine. My friend, my designer friends still laugh at me about that because now I sit on all kinds of machines.
It's a process.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, after Fatuma's, I would carry my machine to school, and like for me, fashion school, the sewing, it was a ball. I was having a ball. Like we had the theory, but now with me theory, I like reading, I like writing, so that was okay. I would read even stuff I'm not supposed to read about. And then the sketching was fun. The drafting, I finally got with my math. So it was all fun. Like fashion school was a ball. The expense was insane. The spending was insane, but it was a ball. So fashion school ends in 2018, end of 2018. And around that time, we were supposed to have a mini fashion show, graduating school. But I don't know what happened, but we just had a fashion show and we had to make collections, and a collection of over 15 pieces, and they had to be bomb. They had to be. So during, like, I was obsessed with black. I really love black. So my collection was black and white because, so Fatuma saw my collection and she's like, oh, I love this. Let me call someone. So she calls someone. This someone happened to be Malaika, and she tells her, there is this girl. You need to see her. No, I'm not disturbing you. I remember that phone call word for word because I was.
I've gotten goosebumps on your behalf.
Because she called her even before that we had the mini show, because in my class we're upgrading, so we're 4. And then the other class of the beginners, there were very many. So they were our audience at that time, plus our teachers. But before that, we had to go show her piece by piece in her office. And then she saw these clothes and she was happy. She was excited. Like, I don't know. She picked up her phone and called Malaika and she tells her, you have to see, yes, today. And we do the fashion show and she's like, find a way to get your collection to Malaika today, now.
Whoa.
Yeah. And
all the 15 pieces.
Yeah. And because I am me.
You didn't go?
No.
Oh my God.
I found my corner. I had found my spot. Like, I think, I don't know. When she told me, gave me Malaika's number, I got an Uber right there because I didn't have a car.
15, those are many.
Yeah. I got an Uber, got my clothes, car. We went to, I think she told me Malaika is around Tinda Bukoto now doing her hair. She will call you at such and such a time and you go. But because I am me, I was like, I'm going to be around there. So I went. A friend, one of my designer friends had opened up a shop in Tinda. I went and camped at her shop with my clothes until around like 1 or 2. So I called Fatuma. I was waiting for Malaika's call. I called Fatuma. Like, she hasn't yet called.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, let me call her. So she calls her. She's like, oh, she's in a salon. She's going to call you and blah. So in a few, Fatuma, Malaika called me. She's like, I'm in Bukoto. Can you come to Bukoto right now? I'm doing my hair. Bring the clothes.
Yeah. And you're nearby.
Yeah. Because, wow. So yeah, I get an Uber to wherever she was and I show her the clothes. And you said raffles, but there is one dress, a raffle dress that she was so excited because she said she had seen it before. I had posted it somewhere, I think, during the mini collection, the mini fashion show. So like she was happy. She was...
I can feel the happiness in your voice as well.
Yeah, well. Of course, right then I was terrified. I was like, oh my God. Did
you know her?
I used to... two of our teachers used to make her clothes. That's Daisy and Ethel. So we used to see her.
2 of your teachers.
Yeah.
And now here you are.
So yeah, I used to see her on their pages. But me, no, I didn't know her personally. So I meet her. I am scared, but she loves these things. And then she's like, I'm going to give you a test. I think that was around September, October. She's like, I have 3 events in November. I need you to make me 3 outfits. She didn't tell me, she didn't dictate.
You were supposed to think.
Yeah, she told me this, just make me 3 outfits for, I think she described the events or something. And she gave me the dates. The date I remember more clearly was November 11th. But it was whatever she told me was spread around there. And again, get an Uber, run, like excitement. Like at the back of my mind, I was like, I can't afford this. But then, like I was spending so much, but I was excited. So I ran back home and then start the hunt. I start the hunt for fabric and everything. And so yeah, of course, you get home, I have to tell Fatuma, oh, she saw the clothes. She told me to make her clothes and everything. I get home, I tell my mom. My mom, by that time, she didn't know who Malaika was, but I tell about this girl, this amazing lady I've met, and she liked my clothes, and she told me to make 3 clothes. It was like a test. So I get money, run down to Chiembe and start looking for fabric. I ran back, I sketch, because she didn't tell me, do this and this and this. So it was all me. I was scared, but I was like,
that's tight.
Yeah. No, but I love it.
No, I get it. But then if you're just starting out and someone doesn't give you directions on what to do, which you are sure you can ace, that can be really crazy.
Yeah, I think
it's like someone telling me in my beginning years that, oh, you have a podcast. Wing this for me. Like, talk about what? That's precisely what I'm seeing on your end.
I don't know. I think I didn't see it that way. Like, I was just excited.
You already had the 15 pieces approved, my friend. That is huge.
I was just excited. And for me, something I like to do, if I'm to make you something, I would like to see you, interact with you. But then I have this issue with. So I will look you up and try to get a feel
of who you are.
Yeah. And then, so I had done that. I know she didn't know that, but around that time, she had an interview with Crystal. So before I met her, I listened.
Smart.
Yeah, I listened so that I would get a feel of her. And so, yeah, fast forward, I tell her I have the clothes. They're ready for fitting. When should we meet? Where should we meet? So she tells me Sheraton. Poor me. I know where Sheraton is. But again, back to, I'm scared. I can't go there. But I'm like, I have to do this. So I carry normally it's a blue Chivera. Huge.
Right.
Or Sophia. I carry my Chivera. Like, you look at it, you can't even think of what she has in there. What does she have in there? I remember at the checkpoint, the women were like, what's in here? Hey, gowns, you're selling dresses.
Oh,
like,
dear.
No. They are on order. I'm delivering.
You're hawking in Sheraton.
Oh my God. And then, oh my God, hawking. I have so much about hawking. But yeah, I go and sit and wait for her. And okay, one thing I am really obsessed about is time. When you tell me 11.
Bro, you were texting me at what time? And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yes, when you tell me 11, I will stand there at 11.
No, you were not here at 11. You were here
I was here
11.
earlier because I did not know where
you didn't
to
know the
go.
players.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I will be there. So she told me we meet Sheraton 11. 11, I was there. Boop. And then she came, we fitted, she was happy. She was happy, and it was it was perfection on the go. We fitted, we had a few adjustments, we did them. I sent her the dresses, and it worked out first time. And then I started dressing Malaika, and
the story continues.
It just kept on going. And I think she called Malaika. Fatuma called Malaika, but she also called Joram.
Joram was there.
Yes, Joram for Joram Model Management, and told him, I have this new designer. Can you include her on the list of people to showcase for Miss Tourism? And yours truly was like, what?
Goodness.
Yeah. So I think Joram accepted. She shared sketches of the work and pictures, and Joram accepted. So Joram talks to me. He's like, we are going to be. It was someplace on Entebbe Road. I don't remember what place it is. That's where the models are. That's where our boot camp is. Can you be here by 7
a.m.
in the morning? Yeah. With my 15 pieces. And that's the bit where my dad has always come through for me. I asked him, can you take me? I think we were in that place by 5.
Sure.
Yeah. We waited for the models to wake up and we did our fittings at 7 and yeah. So we did our fittings with the Miss Tourism. That was my first fashion show ever. So we did our fittings, everything. We did the adjustments, and then the show I think was on Saturday or Friday, I think. And yeah, we showcased and everything. But one memory I have about that is I ask, when is the show? They tell me you'll be here by midday. Midday. I was there. Nobody. Serena, they were not there. But like some of they were organizing, but no designer, no Joram, no models, nothing. So I call.
Has this been cancelled?
Yeah, I was so confused. I think I told Fatuma. She's like, hey, that's too early. Because she was also showcasing. She's like, that's too early. They told you to be there by midday. I'm like, yes. Like, that's too early.
What time did she have in mind?
I think these shows, now I know, they start at 7. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So she's like, let me give you this number for Joram's assistant. Call her. Because Joram will not be able to pick right now. So I call her. And she's like, yeah, we are coming. We're now.
Yeah.
And I sit. And I loiter. I think I had not been to Serena before. I loitered. I went all over. I walked.
Until there was no more to explore.
Because in the morning, my dad had brought me and dropped me off. He tried to wait with me. Then he had to go. So it was by myself walking around. But between me and you, there was no way I was leaving that place. I had to be there for the show. So yeah, it happened. It was, wow. It was my biggest milestone at that point. That was 2018. And I hadn't yet graduated fully out of school, but end of 2018. So yeah.
We're seeing you with all these great, what should I call them? What's the word? Should I call them affirmations? We're seeing you from the school. And is it before you even graduate and they're already saying, hey, we're already getting recommendations.
Yeah.
And not just one. And even where you're recommended, you are,
yeah,
endorsed. And yet in the beginning of us having the conversation, you talked about the beat where you felt like you were still are struggling with imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Where do you think this could be coming from?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm lying.
Tell us about it.
I don't know. I think there is a whole issue about the low self-esteem sometimes, and half the time I am thinking, will I do this? Will I be able to do it? But then at the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I know I can do this.
Right.
Like there is that whole struggle. Will I do this? Did I do this? There is so much self-doubt. And before I didn't know what it was. I just knew it's a process I go through. It is a thing. I deal with it. And then even if I'm dealing with it, I just go sit.
You just have to show up.
Yeah, I just go sit and make it work. And then in the end, it was all pointless. But I don't know, I think with time now, and also reading up and talking to friends, I've learned, I got to know it's called Imposter Syndrome. And my way of dealing with it, I sometimes, like whenever I make an outfit, before I tell my mom and maybe my friend about it. And then when it's done, like I work from home. So you see how this studio is. This is my workshop. And then there is a window there. Whenever I'm done, I dress my dummy and call my mom. I tell her, I'm done. Come and see. So usually how we start out and how we finish the process is so different, and it's uplifting because I start out scared with her telling me, you've done this before, you're going to do it.
Right.
Oh, it's not thinking, it's chizibu. You've done better.
Right.
So at the end, I'm showing off and she's like, nakugambi.
Thanks to mom. Even dad for driving you and dropping you to these places.
Yeah.
Oh God, I really love it when I talk about the bits of having us as having homes to be our safe space. That kind of affirmation I would somehow relate it to what my cousin said. I was very excited when my friend sent me a list of graduates that year. And I was in her shop at that time. So when she came, she was like, Grace, look at this. And she's like, what does will be that? Like, bro, first be happy for me. It's not obvious for everyone to pass.
Yeah.
Just celebrate.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful that you have this kind of safe space that you can land on. What is the fashion industry like? How complex is it in Uganda?
Oh my God. I don't know where to start. But
yeah.
I like to think back then, I'm telling you all these things, but I also think I was really naive, but it was okay, like I've learned that I was really naive, but I'm glad I went through those steps because now you dress one person, another person shows up, they want you to dress them. And for me, I was okay with that, dressing people for free because, I was okay with it because I didn't know any better. I knew that these clients, I knew celebrities are supposed to be, you dress them. Clients, you charge. I did not know, like, okay, there is a word I really hate. I don't like saying the word trigger, but I hate when people say exposure. Exposure. I've come to hate it because for the longest time, when I was starting out, it was what they used to sell me to all kinds of, I don't want to say that word, to all kinds of FUC, to all kinds of fuckery and foolery and bad ends. I mean, I would like to note that Malaika has been awesome. I've dressed her and she's one of the few people that I have dressed that you'll make a mistake and I will panic. I panic and I'm pacing and she's telling me, it's okay.
Calm down.
You fix it. It's like, I don't know how she has managed to do it for me, but I will panic and because I know it's Malaika, I know it's going to be okay. So, but then there are other people I have dressed for free. But they will treat you like a second-class citizen. They're doing you a favor. Remember, because, I'm dressing this person, she is famous. You will go to Chiembe and buy fabric, expensive fabric, to stand out. You will spend sleepless nights sketching, trying to figure out something. But most people would go like, no, let me send you what I want you to make me. They will go to Pinterest. They will go to other designers and take screenshots and share with you. Remember, purpose is to be, you are a designer. You're supposed to try and make this, pick inspiration, try to make something as original and as inspired as you can. And this person is sending you a picture from a Nigerian mutunzi or designer, and they want you to replicate everything step by step. And at first I was doing it. I was doing it. And there is something Fatima told us while we were at school. She used to tell us, it's okay, pick inspiration. Don't like they give you the picture, you bring it as it is. No, pick inspiration, pick something that inspires you from the outfit. But now someone brings you something, she wants the exact thing. She will tell you, I want it done this way, this way, this way, this way, and I want it on this day. And because I am going to give you exposure. When I wear it, my followers, my people, I'll bring you clients. And oh my God, did I fall for that stuff?
And they don't work?
For the... Sometimes it works.
Sometimes.
There's something, I don't know. There's something Malaika told me the first time I dressed that. She's like, I look good in clothes. And people I bring in, and that has been the truth.
But she does.
Yeah, she has done it. She looks good in clothes and she brings in clients. And the people she has brought me, not all, but most of them have been really, really...
The kind that look good in clothes.
No, the kind that I want to work with. The kind that, I don't know. Like people who are... I think I'll get back to that.
You'll find it.
Yeah. But now there are people whom I've dressed and they've done nothing. Like I put my all. When I make an outfit, I put everything. I will obsess. I will drop everything. I will not sleep. I will do everything. And I'll tell you, because I know myself, I'm shy. So half the time communication is bad. It's not my first thing to do.
Yeah.
No, that's the wrong statement. I will communicate. I over-communicate. Because I know it's not easy for me. So I try to communicate. I'll tell you I'm going to be there by 11. And, okay, now I do it. I'll tell you I'll be there by 11. I can only wait for you for 30 minutes and I'll go. And it does not matter. I will go. It doesn't matter whether I'm just going home to take a nap. I will. But
yeah, respecting your time, drawing boundaries.
Yeah, boundaries. But yeah, the fashion industry has been tricky because you dress someone, you jump through hoops and everything and dress someone. They look bomb and they will still maybe post the things and not mention you, or post, you've made the dress, let's say in Jan, and they'll post the outfit in December of the next year. They will not give you credit. Remember at the start, exposure, I will post you, I will bring you clients. They will bring back the dress spoiled, messed up. Remember, you spent so much money thinking, I'm investing.
Oh, they bring them back?
Yeah.
Oh.
Some do. That's another thing. Some will tell you, you're dressing me, I will keep the clothes. You will maybe, I'm doing you a favor. So, I'll keep the clothes. You maybe pay for my photo shoot and do this.
Pay for my photo shoot?
Yeah, some will. Some did. Back then, some used to. Right now, I prefer to pay for...
Wait, just wait. What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, some of those demands are insane.
I'm trying to process this. You go through the hoops, as you call them, to look for the perfect fabric.
Perfect fabric, perfect outfit.
And then you pay for the photo shoot.
Yes, like I've had to tell me
for you to, as if I'm giving you my body for you to market.
Yeah, because I have a big following. I'm going to bring you all these people. I'm going to put you out there. Exposure.
So these pictures that you take, you also have to give them to them.
Now let's say you end up paying for the shoot and everything. Of course, now I was lucky when that happened. I had people to talk to and they told me, no, do not do it. But normally you do that, you do the photo shoot and then they will dictate what you can post, when you can post.
When?
Yeah, when and what and where. Yeah. So there is that. And
wow.
Yeah. It's real. So like you'll dress people and I don't know. You'll just feel used and rubbished totally. But then I have been lucky because I have dressed some of the most awesome people. And I'm saying awesome because I can't find the right word.
A bigger word.
Yeah. I mean, there are some people who, if they called me right now and told me, Claire, I want a dress.
You wouldn't hesitate?
I will make it and deliver it tomorrow. Because I know I feel appreciated. I will not feel like rubbish. There are those people. And there are people who will call me and I will straight up tell you, I'm not available.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter whether you're seeing me or not. I am not available. And it has taken me time to learn this. Yeah.
No, it's hard.
Oh my God, that is my year this year, because I am a people pleaser. So it is, I don't like, how do I say no? I can't say no. But I've got to learn to say no. And it is so difficult.
I know.
But I tell myself, say no, because yeah, it's going to suck, but you're going to have free time. You're going to be free. You're going to feel better. You're going to be guilty. Think about it. You've gone through this before, and so yeah, fashion industry is tricky. We've done shows. I've done a bunch of shows, and people will see you doing shows and dressing these celebrities, and I think you have money.
Yeah.
And yet you are spending so much. And okay, my reason for spending, like for willingly doing these things in the start, was because I was told you have to invest in order to gain. And I believed that, and I did that, and I am fine now. Mm-hmm. I'm okay. And I am proud of myself that I've got to that point where I say I am okay. Now we both bring something. There is no way I'm doing all the work. Mm-hmm. So I've learned. The fashion industry has taught me.
Yeah.
Has taught me that.
Have you gotten to a point in your life where you felt like, I can't continue doing this fashion thing?
No.
You haven't? No. I mean, you had already, I also felt silly asking you that when you had disclosed that you felt like this was the safest corner that you had landed on.
Yeah.
But when has been the most trying time in your experience as a seamstress?
It's strange that I've gone through all that madness of dressing people and being treated like, and I can't say that was my worst time. The most difficult time. I think the most difficult time has been this year for me, because learning to turn down people. If you ask me for something, like dress me and stuff, and I have to say no, it messes with me, but also I now understand that it is something I'm doing for me. Because last time, those years, I was sacrificing, it was beyond sacrificing, as going all out and beyond for nothing. There was zero self-care, zero self-love. I mean, for the longest time.
I mean, I saw you on a trip this year.
Yeah, now I'm learning to do that for myself. For the longest time, my friends would complain, Claire, ali ku kyalani mpozi ng'ogenda muvugana ekyalani kye Claire atava ku kyalani.
Yeah.
Now I would be on that machine day and night, and I was happy about it, but I wasn't earning as much
as you were investing.
My name was all over, like it was, people were mentioning me in places, but that was it. And one of the things, I remember a friend told me, did you ever get, he mentioned burnout to me, and it was strange because I was minting out things. I was all over, I was everywhere, and I was okay. I was happy. And burnout was strange. I didn't know what burnout was. But then I got to a point where I did not want, I don't know, I didn't want to work.
Right.
I didn't want to work, but I didn't know why, because I know this is me. Before the sewing, my escape was poetry, and I was writing all over. But now, I think I stopped really legit writing in 2015. So this is my escape. This is my everything. This is, if I'm sad, I will sew. I will sketch. So I did not know how to deal with the whole burnout thing when it happened. But yeah, it happened. It helped me process, okay, I'm doing so much. What am I gaining from this? Okay, I love it. I really, really love it, but I'm doing it because I need to earn. I also need to feel the... the oomph. I need to feel, because I'm making clothes for people who do not value them. Someone expects you to make them a cloth overnight. You do everything, and then you go to them. You've agreed to meet them at 7 a.m. in the morning. I work nights. I prefer working in the night, so I will go to bed at 4. I am at your doorstep at 7 because you told me 7 a.m. because you have an appointment, a salon appointment at 8, and I am there, and I have to stand at your doorstep for 2 hours. And I was okay doing all that, and I didn't have a problem with that. But I think the burnout thing just happened. I just reached a point, and I wasn't blocked. I was just rebelling, I think, but it was silent rebelling, whereby it had never happened that I take 2 or 3 months without setting foot in my workshop. And somehow I did that. And I think it's what woke me up for this year to be the way it has been.
Did you get scared at some point that you might be losing yourself?
Yeah.
When you were,
Yeah. And I think COVID was, COVID happened.
COVID was also a mess.
COVID happened, but I was working. COVID, I didn't have any sort of, it was the perfect escape. Yeah. Because I was on my machine the whole time. I wasn't making sales, but I was just making clothes. But the burnout happened, and everything just...
3 months is a long time.
Yeah. I was traveling.
You needed to breathe as well. What did it feel like when you stepped out of routine?
Wow, it was new. Like I'm normally
Did you feel like you're illegal in some spaces? Like, I'm here.
Yeah, I was paranoid before. Like, I don't want to go far. I have to stay here. What if I go for my machine? But now COVID ends. I have this friend who loves travel. She's like, you guys, we go.
Yeah.
And for the first time,
you were available.
Yeah, kuzungad. It was around Uganda, but I realized, oh my God, I can take a break. I can tell.
Yeah, I can take a break.
Yeah. I realized it was a thing, because what were breaks in the face of this so-and-so, this celebrity, so-and-so, once a dress. The next day, it was not there. But yeah, I realized I could do that, and now it's a thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll tell people, please, I will not be taking orders at this point. It doesn't matter whether I'm taking the break in my bed or with my books or just making noise or babysitting, but I'll take that break by force.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I still think this year has been my difficult. Because I did not know that it was possible for me to tell someone, no, I cannot take your order. Reason, you are disrespectful.
Which is actually valid.
Yeah. Because I've moved, people have called me, and you meet someone, oh, you're so Bantu. You're the one who asked for 500,000 to make that dress. Organize it was a search. Yeah. That has happened to me a bunch of times. I know, as designers,
wait, what's your response? You're like, Bambi, I'm going to buy fabric.
No.
You just walk away.
No. I smile. I laugh. Like sometimes that's the thing. Like, I would go through the whole process with you, but I've learned that I can say no. Like, I'll take you through the whole process. Sometimes I'll say, oh, I can't take your order. Now it's quicker. I'll tell you, I'm not able to take your order. Actually, I'm overbooked. I am not available. But before, I would, the real scenario when that happened, it has happened like 3 or 4 times, I was shook. But I went through the whole process. I texted my friend on the side. She's like, Claire, leave.
Yeah.
Like,
it can be scary.
Yeah. So we went through the whole process. These people even bought fabric. And then I told the lady, I think I can't do this. She's like, why? So I ask her, how much are you, so she asks for the bill. I tell her, second time, because at first I had mentioned it, and they said, organize good such. And she's like, the most I can give you is 150. I'm like, it's okay. I got my shoes and walked. And yeah. But now, I think I've learned, I straight up tell you, because I realized that going through the whole process while I'm also processing, they've said this, so it's wasting my time.
What I'm seeing here is, should I call it a classification?
Yeah.
When they see you. So they love everything that you're doing when they see online and you get recommended.
Yeah.
And when they see you in person.
They see you, you're swinging like a helmet, you're wearing jeans, a t-shirt. How do you make such bomb clothes for Malaika? It's not related. And, we've been told we are supposed to look the part. You're a designer. But no, like, I'm always choosing comfort. I will show up for a fashion show in this get-up. So, because I don't know, it's not like I'm being a rebel, but I am not so comfortable in so many places. So I want to be comfortable in this one thing that I love. So if I show up to your office in my jeans on a Monday, I'm not there to do an interview. You've called me. So if you think I'm supposed to wear heels and whatnot.
But we have that a lot here.
Yeah.
Someone told me, I think she shared it on her episode. You know Jarisha?
Yes.
Yeah, she told me she lost a job because she came on a border. We still have that a lot. I mean, you see, I'm a lawyer, but I think I'm tired of hearing stories of lawyers borrowing cars to meet clients.
I don't know.
It's absurd.
Yeah. We like Ugandans, the thing we like to say, like when you look at let's say Instagram and everything, the following, like for a client, they will order with you because of your following, what you look like, what they see, that sort of, there is that word, I don't know, but it's a lie.
Yeah.
They like that whole mask. It's too much work.
And someone said they prefer deception.
Yes.
Than
yes.
They would rather take deception because of it was actually a statement in the movie. And it was like, I think people prefer deception because of what it gives them. It gives them the kind of comfort that they may wish for, even when they know it's a lie, but it's going to.
Yeah. I think that's a thing. That's a thing with us, and I don't see it going away anytime. I mean, someone will bring you a picture they've taken off your page and tell you, did you make this?
Yeah.
You didn't look like, are you the one who makes this stuff? You don't look like that. And the whole time I'm thinking, okay, so why are you here?
Why have you called me?
Yeah.
Wow.
But
I've learned, I think, 2 things from this conversation. The importance of taking a break and also setting your boundaries. Those are the most powerful things I'm walking away with from here. But before we leave, what advice would you have for probably someone who is coming up in the fashion industry, especially here in Uganda? Have you dealt with anyone outside Uganda?
Yeah.
Friend. Much respect. Much respect. So would that mean that anyone who listens to this episode can actually contact you for any orders?
Yes.
I love that. Yes. Let's just make Sobantu an African product, or maybe a global one as well.
That's the plan.
Because for me, the podcast is, I'm mostly looking at Africa. That's what I'm chasing. But yes, I hope they get to contact you as well. What would you want to leave the listener?
Boundaries.
Friend, they're hard.
Boundaries. I have learned the hard way. I'm still learning. Boundaries are it. Set them. It will kill you when you're starting out. I am still suffering from it. But I mean, I have people I look up to, but I've come down to the point where I know that they are taking advantage of me being, oh, yes. So I am now saying no. I will say no. It will kill me. How are they going to look at me? But I'm saying no. If I tell you I am available to meet from 1 to 4, it does not matter if I see you walking towards me at 4:30. I am running. I am running. And the reason I am doing this is for me, because I know if I wait for you, I will wait for 30 other people, and it's going to wear me down.
Yeah, it's going to make you hate your work.
Because I have done it and it didn't work out. And then, love yourself a bit.
Yeah.
Don't kill yourself on the challenge. Don't kill yourself on the job. I have done that. Like I've told you, there are years where I would just be on the machine. I do not go parties. I don't go dinners. I make everybody clothes. I will dress everyone and then go to bed.
Ooh.
Yeah. But now I'm trying. I have this thing where from the start of the year, I go for a dance fitness class, and it does not matter whether it rains or shines. Every Wednesday or Friday, I am in that place, that spot. It does not matter. It's my escape. It's my break. It's a fun thing I like to do. So find something, like the job is fun, but find something out of it.
Something that will liven you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also do your best. Put good work out there. It talks. I mean, half the time I have issues talking about my work and campaigning for it, but I just make it a point. And when I do something, it is bomb. It will speak.
It got me calling you. It got me looking for you.
Yeah. So do your best. Put the best of you out there, and it will do the talking.
Right. Thank you so much, Claire. Thank you so much for staying with us to the very end. If you loved this conversation, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button in your podcast platform of choice, and share this specific episode or the whole podcast with your friends, loved ones, and everyone that you believe is affected by the millennial world around us. Also, feel free to share your insights about what connected with you on social media, and be sure to tag us. We are at hashtag with #1 on Facebook and Instagram, and on X we are at HTNK Podcast. Also, you can use the hashtag HTNKinsation. Now, before you go, this week, for those that are in Uganda, this announcement is specifically for you. We have the first mental health garage. I've not given it enough buzz because life has been lifing. Oh my God. But this Saturday, we're going to have the mental health garage. Yes, psychologists cut down the prices for their group sessions, and what you can do is just register. You're going to find the link to the registration in the show notes, or check my social media or the podcast social media. You're going to find the links. And also, there's nothing else. There's nothing else. You just need to keep setting up your boundaries if you want to thrive in life. It's very important for you to set your boundaries, like Claire said.